The reason most traders stay stuck isn't because they're cursed, unlucky, or not disciplined enough. It's because they keep repeating the same destructive behavior while pretending time alone will fix it. And I need some of you to understand this clearly. Time does not fix bad trading habits. If you spend 2 years over-leveraging, revenge trading, blowing 15 accounts a month, ignoring your rules, and treating every setup like a lottery ticket, then all you did was become a more experienced gambler. That's it. Because profitable traders and losing traders can both spend the exact same amount of time on the charts. The difference is one of them actually learns from mistakes and builds structure. The other just keeps emotionally reacting and calling it part of the journey. That's the truth. See, most traders say they want consistency, but their actions show the complete opposite. You say you want consistency, but you're taking 6 trades in one session. You say you want freedom, but every trade is oversized because you're trying to escape your life overnight. You say you want to become a professional trader, but your trading process has zero professionalism behind it. No journal. No risk model. No session restrictions. No daily loss limit. No emotional control. No real backtesting. No actual system. Just emotions and hope. And hope is not a strategy. If you want to know how to completely stop revenge trading and being emotional on the charts, I made a book about it. Link in the description. The hard truth is this. Most of you don't actually have a trading system. You have emotional impulses mixed with market knowledge. That's why your results are inconsistent. One day you're up huge because you caught momentum. The next day you blow the account trying to force the same feeling again. That's not trading. That's emotional dopamine chasing. And prop firms love traders like this. Why? Because emotional traders are predictable. They know after you lose one trade, you revenge trade. They know after you pass an eval, you oversize trying to get a payout faster. They know after you make money, greed kicks in and you stop respecting risk. They know most of you cannot emotionally handle slow progress. That's why they make money. Not because they're evil. Because statistically, most traders cannot control themselves. Now here's the shift that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, how can I make more money? And I started asking, how can I become harder to destroy? That's the real game. Because trading is not about making money fast. It's about surviving long enough to become dangerous. Anybody can make money for one day. Anybody can catch a lucky trade. Anybody can full pot an account and hit one payout. But can you stay emotionally stable for 6 months? Can you follow your rules during a losing streak? Can you stop trading after one bad trade? Can you sit there for 2 hours and do nothing when there's no setup? That's what separates traders. The traders who eventually win are usually boring. They're calm, structured, repetitive. They stop looking for excitement. And once you stop needing excitement from the market, your trading changes completely. Because now you're no longer trying to force life-changing money from one setup. You're just executing your edge. That's it. And honestly, a lot of you need to simplify your entire approach immediately. Here's the actual fix. 1. Reduce your size drastically. Some of you are trading size your nervous system cannot handle. If your heart rate spikes every trade, your size is too big. I don't care if your strategy is good. Your body already told you the truth. You are over-risking. 2. Trade one setup only. Not 5 setups. Not random Twitter concepts. Not every ICT model mixed together. One setup. One model. One session. Master repetition. 3. Put hard limits on yourself. Auto lockout. Max daily loss. Max trades per day. No exceptions. You cannot rely on emotions to stop you in real time because emotions are the problem. Structure has to protect you from yourself. 4. Stop trying to get rich from trading. This one hurts people's ego. But most traders would improve massively if they stop trying to make full-time income immediately. Get another income source. Work a job if needed. Build something outside trading. Because when trading becomes your only hope in life, every trade becomes emotionally loaded. And emotionally loaded traders always force outcomes. 5. Journal emotional patterns, not just setups. Most journals are useless. Entered here. Exited here. Okay. Cool. But what were you feeling? Why did you move stop loss? Why did you re-enter? Why did you hesitate? Why did you size up? That's where the real information is. Because your biggest enemy is not the market. It's the version of you that appears under pressure. That's the trader you need to study. And lastly, stop waiting for some magical moment where everything suddenly clicks. That fantasy destroys traders. Progress usually looks boring. Slow improvement. Fewer mistakes. Smaller emotional reactions. Less revenge trading. More patience. More control. That's what real progression looks like. Not Lambos. Not fake screenshots. Not dopamine. Real traders become emotionally stable first. Then the money follows. And another thing nobody really talks about is how dangerous desperation becomes once it mixes with partial skill. Because that's where most traders are stuck. You know just enough to be dangerous. You understand market structure. You know what liquidity is. You understand support and resistance. You've probably had days where you made good money. So now your brain convinces you, I'm close. And honestly, that's what traps people for years. Because being close creates emotional attachment. Now every blown account feels personal. Every loss feels unfair. Every missed move feels painful because in your head you already imagine the lifestyle that trading was supposed to give you. And that emotional attachment completely destroys your ability to think clearly. You stop reacting to the market itself. You start reacting to what the market means about your life. That's the difference. A calm trader sees a losing trade and thinks, okay, bad setup or normal variance. An emotional trader sees a losing trade and thinks, I'm falling behind in life again. That's why some of you spiral after one loss. It was never about the trade. The trade triggered deeper fear. Fear of failure. Fear of staying stuck. Fear of wasting years. Fear of going back to a normal job. Fear of not becoming who you thought you'd become. That emotional weight is what's actually making you collapse. And this is why some traders can make money in simulation but completely fall apart life. Because demo trading doesn't trigger identity pain. There's no threat attached to it. But once real money gets involved, suddenly your entire self-worth gets dragged onto the chart with you. Now every candle feels emotional. That's why you panic close trades. That's why you move stop losses. That's why you revenge trade after getting wicked out. You're trying to emotionally escape discomfort as fast as possible. And one of the biggest mindset shifts you need is understanding this. Trading is not supposed to emotionally satisfy you. The market is not there to validate you. It's not there to save you. It's not there to reward hard work immediately. The market does not care. And weirdly enough, once you fully accept that, trading actually becomes easier. Because now you stop taking losses personally. You stop acting like the market did something to you. No. You took risk. Risk has uncertainty. Sometimes uncertainty ends in a loss. That's the game. The issue is most of you still emotionally expect certainty from an uncertain environment. That's why you keep searching for the perfect setup. You think, if I just find a perfect model, I'll stop feeling fear. No, you won't. Because fear is not coming from the setup. It's coming from attachment. Attachment to money. Attachment to proving yourself. Attachment to escaping your current life situation. That's why two traders can use the exact same strategy and get completely different results. One trader executes calmly. The other trader forces trades because internally he needs something to happen. Neediness destroys execution. You even see this outside trading. People become awkward in interviews when they desperately need the job. People sabotage relationships when they become emotionally dependent. People perform worse under pressure when they become obsessed with outcomes. Trading is exactly the same. The more emotionally charged you are, the worse your decision-making becomes. That's why some of my best trading periods came when I genuinely stopped caring so much about individual outcomes. Not in a lazy way, but in a detached way. I stopped waking up thinking, this trade needs to work, and started thinking, my only job is execution. That's it. Because if your edge is real, then your job is not to force profits. Your job is to survive long enough for probabilities to play out. Most traders cannot do that. They sabotage probabilities halfway through the process because emotionally they cannot tolerate uncertainty. That's why consistency is mostly emotional endurance, not intelligence. There are traders with average IQ making millions because they stay disciplined under pressure. And there are smart traders who stay broke forever because emotionally they self-destruct every time things get uncomfortable. So if you really want to level up, stop obsessing over finding more. More indicators. More concepts. More confirmations. More Discord groups. More signal providers. Most of you don't need more information. You need fewer emotional reactions. That's the real work. Can you stay calm after 3 losses? Can you avoid trying to make it back immediately? Can you let a setup go without chasing it? Can you end the day green 1R and not sabotage it trying to hit a home run? That's trading maturity. And until you develop that, you're going to keep living in emotional cycles. Big hope. Big confidence. Big loss. Big frustration. Then repeat. Real progression starts when your emotional swings become smaller. That's when consistency starts forming. Not when you find some magical strategy from a YouTube thumbnail.